Welcome back to Goodie Graps.
What's up? It's been a while. You guys might be wondering where we've been, and that can be explained easily. We made this channel to make content about and react to the things that we love in wrestling. And unfortunately, at times, life happens to imitate art, and there hasn't really been much to love the last several months. But
yeah,
fortunately for us,
and fortunately for you guys,
there's been a lot of controversies in wrestling this year.
This year.
More than the typical year. It seems like every week something's happening that is just making people just lose their minds. And, you know, like especially in the internet wrestling community, there's always a think piece. There's always some sort of outrage about
always a tweet.
Everything one way or another. So we've compiled 64 of our favorite controversies from 2025 in wrestling, and we're going to make it a tier list here for you here today.
We're going to rank them.
So starting things off.
Starting off strong.
The first controversy we want to talk about this year is Vince's birthday party. Vince McMahon, the longtime chairman CEO of WWE, had a birthday this year. As many of you well know, he's been excommunicated, just taken off of all program, not acknowledged in quite some time.
For good reason.
Exactly, because he happens to be what some of us call a sex pest, and he is still in the midst of an ongoing lawsuit from Janelle Grant.
But that didn't stop many of your favorite wrestlers from attending his birthday party.
Your fave, you name them, they were there. People like to give a lot of smoke to John Cena as a Vince sympathizer. People like to give a lot of smoke to this person, that person. Like, look at just this picture alone. Jerry Lawler, he's
The Miz.
when it comes to sex pests, he's no slouch himself.
Yeah.
Drew and Sheamus, everyone's favorite Europeans. I don't see Gunther. I don't see Ilya.
I don't see Gunther there.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe the Europeans of yesteryear, like maybe we've moved past the need for them. And I love Sheamus.
I also don't see Vince in this picture, so
it's his party.
Not everyone who was there is in this photo.
Yeah, there's more. But like, look at bright and smiley Mike Mizanin, his wife Maryse Mizanin. Like, Titus, didn't Vince literally fire you for like asking him to wait and let Stephanie go first, ladies first? He got so mad that you touched him that he fired you for like a couple of days. Like, everyone involved in this should be ashamed of themselves. I don't know how we're gonna do this like tier thing. Like, is it like the higher up you are, like the more atrocious
the worse it is? I think this one should
is a strong A
go right
for
to
me.
the top. Yeah,
I wouldn't say this is an S. Like,
this is S for
maybe
me.
It is, dude.
This is S tier for
Because like,
me.
how can you forgive anybody that's just like wrestlers have such a bad Stockholm syndrome where they're just like,
I know.
Hey, Vince is my
and
guy,
he did make
man.
a lot of their careers and make them a whole bunch of money, but that doesn't.
I was a 19-year-old
discount.
widow who had no friends, who's been training since I was 13, and Vince made me a millionaire. It's like, yeah.
Cool.
And he also did a litany of
bunch of
atrocious
other stuff.
other things, and like that doesn't excuse it. That's gonna be a recurring theme. But yeah, I think S is. I don't know what I was actually thinking with the A. I was like, we can't. There's so much atrocious shit on this list. I was like, can we start off too
This
strong?
one's pretty
But,
bad.
like, that is right up there at the top. Speaking of being right up there at the top, next we have.
Oof.
Jesus.
Well, what can we say?
We lost the icon of a generation.
The Hulkster.
Honestly, dude, like when Hulk Hogan died, so many people turned the fuck up. It was so like crazy.
It was crazy the way the internet reacted, but it was equally crazy that he died right after his last appearance at WWE, where he was booed out of the building.
They did not want Buddy around.
And I just think it's hard to like see one without the other.
And he was trying to push the real American beer thing.
They're still playing those commercials, by the way.
They have not stopped grifting. Like, even let the man rest. let the man rest. Y'all are still pushing the Real American beer. He was about to do the Real American freestyle thing with Bischoff, and like he was grifting at like levels unforeseen. Like it was like Shaq level grifting that he had going on right before his unfortunate demise. Hulk Hogan, you wrestled, you made wrestling a household. You were also racist and deplorable human being. You're the reason there's not a union. You're the reason why like everyone's an independent contractor, and like that is also going to come into play, and more so in this video. So your effect has outlived you, and that is not a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and like, are we gonna say Hulk Hogan died?
I forgot we were ranking these.
How are we? I'm not trying to like, there's been enough celebratory content made about people passing.
Where should we put
whether
this?
I agree with you, whether I don't agree with you, I just, as far as like the backlash, as far as like all the things surrounding it, I think this is one of the bigger events of the year.
Yeah.
So I think that it's fair to also place it into S tier.
Sure, that's fair. It was a big moment of 2025 for sure.
Big moment for sure. WWE Unreal. What was the point of this? Who gained anything from this?
This was tough, and because actually I was really excited about it when it first, I saw like trailers and stuff for it, but then we started watching and it was clear that it was just like a Triple H
propaganda,
self-glorification.
Dude, and the thing is, I can understand where you're coming from, because we love a good wrestling documentary.
I love to know like people's backstories, and like I wanted to see like the hard work that's put in behind the scenes, but it was all only focusing on Triple H.
Dude, Triple H, you are going to hell. We will talk about you so many more times in this video, but like Unreal was like right at the start of the year, just like one of the first things that you've done to like piss away all of the goodwill, whatever goodwill you had. Because like, I mean, you can go century, but not even century, that's kind of exaggerating it, but decade by decade, wrestlers who have known you since the 90s, 80s, 2000s, 2010s to now, like the entire roster is populated by people from NXT that like they see you as their first boss, like their happy dad, but everyone else knows you're a scandalous scumbag piece of shit, and that is going to resurface several times throughout this video.
A sniveling sellout suck up full of suffering succotash.
Believe that. What do you? I think Unreal was so trash.
I would put this in A tier.
How are we doing this? Is this just like, if we hate it more, it goes higher up?
Like the worse it was, like the worse reactions and stuff,
the more damage it did to society.
Yeah, if it was like a mild scandal, it can go low on the tier list.
Yeah. All right, cool. That helps moving forward. Yeah, this is an A for me as well.
Fair.
The John Cena heel turn. I'm sure that, like, I don't know, we haven't made a video in 5 months, but I'm sure that we discussed this at length when it first happened. It's one of the worst decisions that they made the entire year. Who wants to boo this guy? He, like, clearly has meant so much to an entire generation, their childhood. He wanted to go city to city, say thank you, say goodbye, and enjoy, like, final moments with everyone. And the potential was there. Like, there was every opportunity to turn this into something super memorable that could have like really stood the test of time as far as like WWE angles, but they just shit the bed every chance that they got.
This was a tough one, and I think like really it was so bad the only person who could save it was John, and he's doing his best, but you can't like unwrite a bad storyline. You can't unbook bad matches, and he's doing the very best with what he's being given. But the heel turn was still stinky.
Like Dwayne shows up and then he doesn't show up again. Travis Scott shows up.
Where is he?
He's like excommunicated. You got problems with Cody. You got problems with Randy. You got problems with Truth. You got problems with Punk. And then all of a sudden, you and Logan Paul are friends. And then after that, y'all aren't friends. And you're just like, I've had a change of heart. Can I just like, for these last 6 months, to do what I wanted to do all along?
Yeah.
And like to me, it feels like in an attempt to like do something shocking, shock value, just like grab headlines, create a viral moment, you really robbed John Cena of half of his final year. And it doesn't really seem fair to John because he's been like by all means a company man and done everything that's been asked of him forever. And all he wanted was like a chance to go out and enjoy these fans, say bye one last time. And instead of getting that, what we got was just the bastardization of his final run. And John, for that, we are sorry. Again, Triple H, you will burn in hell. All right.
Wait,
next.
did we rank? Did we even rank?
It was such a talking point of the year. I think that, honestly, dude.
It could go right up there in S tier, honestly. Cena heel
Also,
turn?
like, when you think about it, the entire WWE Championship picture was kind of held up by this angle. You knew that you're going to have Cena beat Cody. You knew no one else was going to beat Cena but Cody. So you just kind of made everything about those two guys for the entire year.
Right.
And we'll get to Cody's second title reign. But, like, all of this just, like, kind of made the championship predictable and not really as important throughout the year. Yeah, we still didn't rank it.
S tier.
Yeah, S tier. Next, we have Alberto versus Vikingo. So the controversy here is that Alberto is like a known deplorable human. He's just done bad things throughout time and has just like ruined a lot of his goodwill in the United States. And Mexico, they rock with bro. They think that, I mean, it's one of those things where like in every culture, you like kind of like have your rotten apples and like everyone can like pass judgment, but you're kind of protective of your own. Just like, hey, he might suck, but like he's still ours. And like that's kind of how Mexico approached him. And Vikingo, like, God bless him. He's very talented, very, like, he gets it. But he, unfortunately, is big dog Roman Reigns. Like, he's the corporately produced champion that they want to
They hate him.
Like, hey, this is who your champion's going to be. This is who we're going to push. This is who you love. This is your hero. And the people are like, you don't tell us who our hero is. We choose who we want. And it just set Vikingo up for just, like,
failure.
Yeah, like his whole character, everything. Like, where has he even been since losing the title to Dom?
I don't know.
Like, his whole year has just been ruined by these heels. Like, there's these evil Mexicans that everyone just like, nah, dude, they're lit. Like Dirty Dom. Yeah, we love it. And Vikingo is just like trying to be a good guy, do the right thing, like hit acrobatic moves and stuff, and they're just like, dude, go away. So I don't know that this is necessarily like a huge controversy. I'd probably put it like a C, maybe.
Yeah,
D.
I would put it up there, B or C.
Cool. What we got next?
Ooh.
Yeah. The Raja Jackson incident.
Man.
So for background here, Raja Jackson is the son of former professional UFC fighter Rampage Jackson. He was a guest of some independent wrestlers at I don't remember the name of the promotion. I want to say it's Nox Pro. Don't quote me on that. But it was the promotion that was run by members of the Fatu and Anawahi family. It was WWE ID associated school, and pretty much the gist of what happened is, being there was a wrestler named Syko Stu who thought Raja was a part of the event that night, thought that he was clued in on some of the things that was happening.
He hit him in the head with an empty can as a way to kind of, generate some heat, get things moving, and obviously Raja did not take it very well. He was upset. Things seemed like they cooled down until later that night. Raja got in the ring with Stu, and things took a turn.
For the worse, to say the least. He beat Syko Stu unconscious, and He was in the hospital for quite some time. It had to be broken up by several wrestlers. The entire thing was live streamed by Raja and his team the entire time. So everyone has full insight into it, and you can see how premeditated it was. This was like the talk of wrestling and like a really bad PR thing for Knox Pro. I believe they almost immediately lost their WWE association. Several wrestlers from CV Richards, Maven, like all of the content creators in the space had like countless days of content produced, like covering the story, telling everyone what went wrong and how to avoid situations like this in the future. And all in all, it's a terrible situation. I'm glad Syko Stu has been able to recover, and then Raja has like faced some justice for this. Or I'm not sure what the current legal status is.
I know he was arrested. I don't know what
he was
actually.
Arrested, and I'm sure like the legal proceedings will play out as such. Like I said, it was the entire incident was streamed, so there's not very much that isn't known about everything that happened there. But again, one of the bigger incidents of the year. I think this could be right up there in the S tier as well.
Yeah, this was bad. I mean, it was scary to watch, and I think it was, really disturbing for a lot of people, especially a lot of the people that were there at the event that night.
Because S tier is getting kind of populated.
I know.
You remember when wrestling was like...
It's been a rough year.
You remember like when Cody finished the story and everyone's
man.
This is what it's all about. And like now we're here with like...
Those were the days.
This guy died. This guy was beat within an inch of his life. These guys went to like a six-pence birthday. It's like, come on, guys. Can we get through 1 month without some insane shit happening?
Crazy.
All right, next we got the firing of Karrion Kross. A lot of wrestlers get released, which is something we'll touch on a bit later, but it's very unfortunate when a wrestler is clearly building up momentum for themselves, building fan support. You have fan support online, you have fan support in the crowds. People are wanting to see more out of you, and just because you're not what the boss originally envisioned or who they had planned to be in that spot, and their inability to be creative, do their job, and find something for you when the fans are asking to see you, like, you get lowballed on your offer, you get like phased out of programming, made to seem less important, and you end up just getting fired like Karrion Kross did.
And then when the people are outraged enough to chant for you, "We want Kross, we want Kross," after you're gone, Triple H will ignore them and say, "You want Brock? You got him."
Which is the next thing that we're gonna get to. But first, on this Karrion Kross thing, I think that he's done well for himself in the independent scene since then.
Yeah, I agree.
With his like documentary that he produced and the book that he wrote, this is a really talented guy. He's ultimately going to land on his feet, and wrestling and his wrestling career, like Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, the character, don't define Kevin Kessler, the guy.
Right.
He's a tremendously talented dude.
And Scarlett as well. I mean, they're a great team together. Seeing them pop up in any other promotion is always like fun and exciting.
And just like wishing them all the best, hoping that they not only are able to continue to be blessed with more opportunities to do what they love in the future, and some of their other avenues of creation and whatnot, but also that they're just like continue to like have each other have like just like that support and solid connection. Like they're a very strong support system for one another, very supportive in each other's careers, and I think the sky's the limit for all of them. Like this unfortunate situation will not go on to define them. But
definitely,
like you were saying, the peoples were yelling, "We want Kross," and what do we get?
I would put the firing of Karrion Kross in B tier.
Yeah, B tier is fine. Speaking of B, Brock Lesnar is back for what? Like, what do we need him for?
Back to suck all the energy out of the room.
Brock Lesnar's like 50. He's from that same class of like old guys that's phasing out. Like Cena's on a retirement tour. I'm pretty sure Brock is either the same age, if not older than Cena. He looks old. He's this is just from like a in-ring, like it makes sense. People are not comfortable with him. People see that he's being named in the Janelle Grant case. There's women that are up and down this roster that are in backstage roles, coaches, trainers, referees. What does it say to your like women talent and to your women staff when you celebrate and employ and promote someone who has been named in these like lawsuits as doing these crazy things?
Yeah.
And you bring them back and put them like at pole position and just make them like the main event. That's just...
It's a slap in the face to all of your women employees.
And it's completely tone deaf. It's like right on the heels of you have the women's only pay-per-view Evolution 2 that you only do so you can counter program AEW. You put it up against like a Beyonce concert the same night.
Yeah.
You put them in a position to not succeed. You slap them in the face all year. You don't give them main events at WrestleMania.
And then you turn around and blame the return of Brock on John Cena. You say that it's a match that he requested, and we know that he didn't.
And John comes out and says, hey, they deal the cards and I just play. Like, it's... you can't duck accountability for everything ever, Triple H. Like, you need to be able to stand on your bad decisions. You need to be able to take the fall, and you need to be able to be receptive to criticism. Because when people say, hey, Triple H did this and we don't like it, you're just like, oh, just enjoy the product. Oh, it doesn't matter. Or now your new thing is, we're going to just price you out. We're going to put all of our stuff on ESPN's app, and you can either pay for it or not. You
Tickets will be thousands of dollars to go see any live shows.
That guy's a jackwagon. Anyway, Brock Lesnar's back. That's a S-tier scandal, F-tier event.
Yes.
Jesus.
Oh, my God. This is a long
list.
Just
going through this slideshow is just like a testament and a reminder of how much stupid shit has happened this year.
It's been such a long year for wrestling fans.
What was the point of this?
We didn't get to see the roast of WrestleMania, but we
saw it on Twitter like everyone else.
We got to listen to all of it and see some of it on Twitter.
From the Nia Jax comments to the Paul Heyman comments, the things said about Shayna Baszler, the things said about Braun Strowman, Triple H trying to be funny, everyone sucking up to Tony Hinchcliffe, who Tony Hinchcliffe, his own fan base doesn't even really like him anymore. Like, this whole era of... The thing that bothers me about this WWE Manosphere wave thing that happened this year is, like, in typical WWE fashion, they're kind of late to the party. Like, the peak of like this Tony Hinchcliffe, Rogan comedian stuff was like a couple years ago. Like, y'all are like, oh yeah, this is what the kids are into, and it's like not even the
thing is, they could have done such a good job with the roast of WrestleMania if the host was anyone else besides Tony Hinchcliffe, and probably a few people that they should not have allowed to tell any jokes at all.
It just was a very bad PR. So, like, there was even leaks that came out that, like, they were mad that it got leaked and it was supposed to be private and like, you don't promote something on TV as like, oh, the roast of WrestleMania tickets are available now. You can buy it at Ticketmaster, and then be like, hey guys, if you go, can you keep what we say a secret? Like, bro, that's so pussy. Like, if you're going to say some outrageous shit, like, this is Goodie Graps. This is our platform. I kind of say some crazy shit sometimes, but everything that we say on here, I stand on it because, like, it's my opinion. They can't even do that. They're just like, hey, I'm big and bad. I'm going to say mean things to people tonight, but hey, can y'all not tell people that I did that? And that's just, I can't respect it.
And yeah, and when you're a wrestler who has injured quite a few other wrestlers and you get up and make jokes.
We'll get to her. There's a lot of stuff on this list. We'll get to it.
It wasn't funny. It was very, I don't know, tone deaf, I guess.
Also, any joke that was made at the expense of a wrestler that wasn't in attendance or someone that didn't work there, like the Jinder Mahal midlife ISIS or something like that. It's just like, he doesn't even work here. Like, that's just, you think that you're being an edgelord, like, that's funny maybe to like a 17-year-old or something, or maybe like a 12-year-old. That's not even giving enough credit to 17-year-olds. I think they're too mature for that. It's like, dude, come on, grow up.
I would put this
C.
Yeah, C tier.
Jacob Fatu and Rikishi's song, Hello.
Can we play a clip of the song?
I don't even know if it's still online. They probably wiped that shit off. They Men in Black that out of our memory as soon as they put the strap.
We heard it. We remember.
All right, so the bigger issue here is, like, it's no secret that Jacob Fatu uses the N-word. Jacob Fatu has used the N-word in countless videos, countless media. Like, you can be, he's from the Bay, he grew up in the hood, like, he's good to say it. He's not. He's not. And like, even like, there's like that guy in NXT Revolve that like was calling him out on it, and he got like some heat on Twitter or something for that. I think the bigger problem here, other than Jacob Fatu using the N-word, which we know and like have known and will continue to be a problem, and like, even though we know it's a problem, there's no one that can really force him to stop doing it. Right. It just like affects the way that you view him moving forward, and that's your own prerogative, whether you care or not. Like, we can all have our opinions and how we choose to react to it. I'm not going to police that on you. The bigger problem here is, why is Rikishi being such a grifter, dude? Like, Rikishi, look at the cover art. He's got Jacob with the WWE United States. Jacob probably...
hilarious.
Ever since he got signed, which he wasn't really expecting to ever be signed and brought in, ever since he got signed, he's probably, like, cleaned up all his socials, trying to do the right thing, be all... Imagine, like, you get a new job and you're, like, trying to, just fit in and do the right thing, and your uncle's like, oh, you got a new job? I'm going to drop this song where you say the N-word like 15 times because you kind of popping right now, and I want a little bit of that shine. I want a little bit of that clout. It's like, dog, can you chill?
Rikishi's so funny.
Every couple of months, because this bloodline thing has like spiraled and snowballed, every couple of months there's a new chance for Rikishi to try to get some clout off of one of his 3 or 4 sons, 3 or 4 cousins, 3 or 4 nephews that are on the roster. He is able to just be like, oh, he's hot right now? Boom, let me grift. Oh, he's hot right now? Boom, let me grift. And it's like, part of you feel kind of bad, because you remember when we were watching The Wrestler and you see like they have these convention circuits and all the autograph signings when you can't bump anymore, and I know Rikishi's just doing what he's got to do to sell his tickets, make his appearances, keep his name fresh, keep his name hot, and make a living as an older man. But this is just cringe, man. You got to stop doing this. You gotta stop. I give the Rikishi Jacob Fatu song a B. I don't think it was that big of a scandal. I think it's like a D level scandal, but like, Jacob, just stop saying it.
Low.
Like that's all. It's really like, they got so many damn words in the English language. Just say something else. Next, we got the McDonagh injury. JD is a trooper for this. Bro, like, punctured a lung, like, looked like he cracked a rib.
Bad. I mean, in the moment, people were worried that he broke his neck or, hurt his spine, because it just looked terrible.
And the fact that he got up and, like, still, like, hit another moonsault in ring, like, after all that happened, is just a testament to his toughness. But also, like, while we're talking about WWE Unreal, hey, this is the peek behind the curtains of how we do this. Who's the producer that produced this match? Why do you have him doing a moonsault towards the announce table? Anybody? Is there going to be an episode of Unreal about that? No? We only want the credit when there's good things and cool things. And hey, I'm the one that said Jey Uso should win the Rumble. I'm the one that said John Cena should turn heel. Well, I'm the one who said JD McDonagh should do a moonsault towards an announce table and almost kill himself.
Every time now I see him jump out of the ring, I hold my breath because it gives me flashbacks to that moment.
In a way, though, like, I know, like, a couple weeks ago, Punk was doing his, like, I'm the champ now. Who should I fight? JD McDonagh's a great wrestler. In a way, I feel like it's one of those things, like, when Cody busted his titty, where, like, you, like, being tough and getting through it, like, earn the respect of the roster and earn the respect of the fans. And now, like, JD, where he was always just kind of like that odd man out. I feel like since then has been seen as more of like Finn's equal in their tag team and like a little bit more established in the Judgment Day than he had been when Priest and Rhea were there. So I think it is a testament to wrestlers when they're able to take something like that, grow from it, build upon it, and capitalize on it and turn it into like momentum. And like at the end of the day, this business is about making money, making yourself a bigger star. I think JD McDonagh made himself a bigger star with this. I'm glad that he was able to survive. I'm glad he was able to capitalize on it.
And he's back and in the ring and better than ever.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the Judgment Day.
I would put this in like D tier. Yeah. It wasn't really like controversial, but it was a big moment, I guess, of the year.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Now we got to talk about the Stalkers. I'd say this is S tier, like at the tippity top.
S tier because of the way they handled it or didn't handle it.
And I think that this kind of stems back a little bit to the Hulk Hogan conversation. Like, these people are independent contractors, but they're also world-renowned celebrities. You put them on TV, you put them on ads, they're in Slim Jim partnerships, you got toys of them in the toy store, you got them like all over social media, all over TikTok, and they're some of the most like known entities and brands in the world, and you don't do enough to protect them.
Right. Like, their schedules are easily, it's easy to know which city they're going to be in on which night. There's only so many flights that they could be taking. I mean, it's easy to find them if you really want to.
And this is specifically like, this is shown in this image, Liv Morgan's stalker who was arrested, who showed up at her house with a gun. We had Roxanne Perez's address and like stuff being leaked out. The stalkers saying, "Oh, did Dom Mysterio die today?" Like that kind of stuff. These are still human beings at the end of the day, and like I understand that. I want to, for a moment, empathize not with the stalkers, but understand that there is a severe case of mental health happening here where these people are convinced of something for some reason or another, that like the people that they're seeing on TV, that they do have like real life like personal relationships with them, and that this is something that they feel betrayed or need to act on. And these people are people who need help and who need assistance, and like they are victims in their own way, but that does not justify it. Like, there's nothing that, whether you are suffering from mental health or not, that gives you any sort of like, you're not entitled to...
You can't stalk people.
Yeah.
You can't stalk people. That's just the way it is. Sorry.
Like, their time, their energy, their attention, if you see them out getting lunch, if you see them at the airport, if you see them at a hotel, that's not an open invitation for you to just pull up on them because you see them on TV and like them. Like, they're still people like you and me, and you gotta just... This shit's gotta stop. This is S tier.
Yeah, S tier for sure.
All right, next we got Ron Killings. WWE, for no reason, fired R-Truth, one of the most beloved, like, long-time people. They tried to pull the, oh, he's old, and then they hired Brock Lesnar, who's older than him, like a week later. He might not be. I mean, he might be older than... I think he's older than Brock, but, like, still.
But still, yeah, people
Then,
were
like-
really upset when they fired R-Truth.
Yeah, and due to that fan backlash, they decided to bring him back, and they decided to let him like go with the creative of I'm not R-Truth anymore, I'm Ron Killings. Let him be a serious character and not a joke, the way that he like aspired to. And this was just quickly abandoned. As soon as John Cena turned back face, Ron Killings went back to being R-Truth, silly, goofy, like comedic relief who every now and then he has a moment where he acts like he's serious, like he can turn it on and off. But this has just been mishandled and butchered, and he came back feeling like a credible, like main event level person, and he went back to being fodder at the bottom of the roster, like in a record time. It maybe took a few weeks.
And this was another one of those wishy-washy situations with the WWE where they fired R-Truth, everyone was upset, they're literally silencing, muting people who are chanting, we want truth in episodes of Raw and SmackDown. And then he comes back and they try to pretend that it was a work the whole time.
Yeah.
And that it had nothing to do with, fans wanting him back or being upset. Yeah. But we know what the truth, even when he came back as Ron Killings, he said, don't ever let anyone tell you that your voice doesn't matter. Meaning the fans directly impacted him coming back. He even tweeted saying that, I didn't answer the phone. They were calling me and I didn't answer.
Yeah, dude, this is just like, they talk to us like we're stupid. It's so but like, we'll get to that too. Yeah.
Anyway, this is B tier.
B tier, sure. Yeah, speaking of so back in June, I want to say, before Night of Champions, there was I don't remember, a threat that came from Iran that was just saying all Americans in the Middle East are now.
This was right after the U.S. had them, by the way. And so there was an ongoing threat to all Americans in Saudi Arabia.
In the Middle East
in general, but yes.
And this was like well known before Night of Champions. So like there was calls
Plenty of
from
time.
fans to, hey, maybe we should cancel this event. Maybe we shouldn't go forward with this. And WWE said, no, we got record profits to make.
There is money on the line.
Break. Like, we're sending them over there, and whatever happens, like the fact that they were willing to risk the life. Like, John Cena was on that flight.
Cody Rhodes.
CM Punk was on that flight. Like, we got like legitimate human beings
And
whose lives were just treated like
they're
things
dollar
that
signs.
We're just,
that you're replaceable.
it's a risk we're willing to take if we can make some money off of it.
And, we love to talk about the conditions that the female wrestlers face when they do matches in Saudi Arabia. Put all of that, and then on top of it, the threat of dying, the threat of being killed because you're an American.
Also, there's probably people who are still on the roster from like way back, like when they left them in Saudi, like that one time, and just like there was no guarantee of when or if they would be.
I
able
would
to
be
get
so
home.
scared. Yeah, I would
Like-
be so scared. But they did it anyway. Luckily, everyone is alive to tell the tale. Nothing.
It ended
happened.
up being a non-issue, and we're all fortunate that it has remained that way. I feel like they've either been back to Saudi since then, or they're planning on being back sometime.
It was
again.
an interesting choice.
But nevertheless, like just the fact that they were willing to take that risk at all is insane. I think that makes it at least an A.
Yeah, I think it opened a lot of people's eyes a lot. Yeah, A tier.
All right, now we got Triple H on the Council of Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, and overall just Triple H's involvement with the administration.
It doesn't make sense to me.
What are you doing? You're not even good at like your first job. That's the thing. Like, focus on like we can talk about politics. We can talk about, hey, your side versus my side, whether or not you want to like go down that rabbit hole. It doesn't really matter to me. I think that if you want to be a politician, go be a politician and give someone else the book. Like, you are actively bad at making wrestling content right now. You're the chief content officer. Raw is disappointing. SmackDown is disappointing. The PLEs are disappointing. People who had momentum at the beginning of the year have like plateaued and just done nothing. People who were on fire suck now. Like Drew McIntyre was at the peak of his career coming out of Hell in a Cell coming into this year, and he's arguably like him, LA Knight, they could be the next Karrion Krosses. It would not surprise me if they're not here by WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And like the whole time, every other month, you see Triple H and Stephanie and Linda and the and that's just from, again, just the in-ring content side of it. If you want to look at the wider, grander scheme of things, and if you pay attention to the things that are happening in the news, this is being recorded on November 14th. As things continue to be released about like scandal and the involvement in that, like your direct affiliation with him and like incorporating him into several aspects of your programming has, like, whether you want to admit it or not, created that mental association, that image. And like now when people want to say, oh, WWE is the company that's associated with that, then that's something that you've given them the ammunition to do, which is completely avoidable because you don't have to publicize this political stuff all over your branding and show, like, in your Raw recaps, like, instead of showing what happened on SmackDown or giving airtime to the talent that you can't find time on a 3-hour show to have Carmelo Hayes do something or to have Santos Escobar do something, but you can plug 3 times, we're gonna make America fit again. Like, come on, dude. Also, don't you have a pacemaker? Can you even do 10 push-ups right now? we saw his physique on that picture on the boat with Stephanie. He doesn't have that same.
We should have put that in the tier list.
You remember Triple H, like, has always been the bodybuilder physique guy, and that's just not him anymore. And it's like, now you want to be the sports nutrition and fitness guy?
Yeah. And it's just another example of him getting a job because of who his father-in-law is. I truly don't think he would have any involvement with or this administration if he wasn't, in the family of Linda McMahon and Vince McMahon. But anyway, that's...
And again, it's like the Tony Hinchcliffe thing. Like, y'all are late to the party. Like, y'all didn't even do this much, like, bouncing on it during the first administration. Like, here we're not even 11 months into the second administration, and like y'all have just like full-blown fied all of WWE, which, I mean, that's its own video in its own right, but it's just something that avoidable, like, optics that you walk right into for whatever reason. This is
anyway, S tier.
Yeah, S tier for me. Ultimo Mone, I love this. Like, Mercedes is so fire. She's my GOAT because, like, she has, like, since leaving WWE, trolled the masses. And I'm happy that we're getting to this point in the video where it's less so, like, world calamity, catastrophe level events, and it's more so just, like, things that annoy people on on
this was just
Twitter.
Controversial because like, people are pissed off.
People are just mad that she's got 12 belts, which, like, bruh, like, they made her lose the Raw Women's title to Charlotte on her first defense, like, 5 straight times in a row over a 4-month span. Like, let her have this, man.
Obviously, she's not going to keep all of them forever,
Yeah, she has to eventually go on, like, a job run where she loses all of these belts and she'll be bum-ass Monet and just, like, all that stuff. Like, but in the meantime, all of these small indie promotions are getting record gates, and just, like, her appearing and stealing their belt and doing whatever is driving up intrigue and interest. She's making stars out of everyone that's able to beat her for any of these. And, like, you might be like, oh, none of them mean anything. They're all valueless. The fact that she's a heel and it's bothering you, like, she's doing her job. Yeah. We're going to get to another instance of a heel bothering you, like, you can be like, oh, it's a heel bothering you doing your job. Like, there's ways of getting heat that I think are effective, and there's ways that, while they might be effective, is that really the route that you want to go down? And we'll get there. But as far as this, I think this is fire. I want to give it a S tier, even though it's not that bad. It's just like, this is dope. I'm giving it an S because, like, shout out Mercedes.
Okay.
All right. WrestleMania is going back to Las Vegas for some reason. New Orleans is my hometown. You see the New Orleans hat. New Orleans is relatively close to, like, where we live. This is probably the first WrestleMania that, as an adult who, like, has income and can, like, pay to, like, try and attend these things, that we plausibly could have ever even gone to. And they just straight up snatched our chain and said, nah, we're going back to Vegas again. We did it so nice. Once, do it twice. Or whatever Triple H says in those stupid ass poker commercials. Also, the branding of all of this, like, you got Brock front and center, Heyman in the back being the little mastermind weasel that he is, Punk, Cody, Roman, all that stuff. Where are the women? Like, are we just pretending that is this gonna be a men's only WrestleMania?
That's what it looks like.
Like, you don't have Rhea Ripley, she can't play poker. Y'all don't think Bianca Belair knows a thing or two about poker? Like, what are we doing here, dude? Also, going back to the same city back-to-back years is just like, you got fans all over the country. You got fans all over the world. Like, you want to be this globalized product and go all these different places. And you're robbing other fans of an experience to try and, like, capture lightning in a bottle twice, which I don't think that it's going to work. Like, you're not going to get bigger numbers. You're not going to get better numbers. Like, all of the turnout from the people who showed up this year are going to be like, well, I went last year and it was this and that and blah, blah, blah. It was fine. But, like, it's not something I want to do every year. Or, hey, I had to take out a loan to go to WrestleMania this year. I can't take out a loan every year to go to WrestleMania. So, again, really stupid. This is just another bad optics, another just avoidable decision that is completely rooted in greed.
It's a C for me.
Yeah, C for me. Yeah. I got 6 letters, 1 word. Cheat.
He's cheating on his wife.
Maybe
allegedly.
Maybe him and his wife aren't even together anymore. Like, at the end of the day, this is just another thing where people are parasocial and tripping online. Jey Uso has so many fans. Like, the Jey Uso fans of Twitter are their own, like, subsect of the
female
IWC.
Jey Uso fans of Twitter.
They're their own subsect of the IWC, and, like, they know the ins and outs, backgrounds about this man's personal life, all that stuff, and, like, they hounded this information down. Like, you see, like, people tweet about it now, like, hey, has Jey Uso been wearing Jaida Parker's, like, bandana
on his ankle?
And then, like, there's like, y'all just seeing this? Like, oh, like, sorry, I didn't know that this happened. Like, I don't know how long they've been down, but whatever. Like, I don't really give a shit. If they're dating, they're dating. We know too much about people. Wrestling is way too parasocial. If he's cheating on his wife, cool. If he's not cheating on his wife and he's got a new, like, girlfriend, they're separated, whatever, cool. I just think that, like, if you got domestic issues, how you gonna bring your son on screen and got us, like, yeeting with your you got us yeeting with your little boy, and you know that you and his mom got domestic issues happening backstage. Hey, man, like, don't drag us into all this shit. Leave the issues at home. If you want to, like, you and Jaida Parker run around and do y'all's thing, and you want to you want to do her little LeBron celebration and wear her little bandana on your ankle, you're trying to be cute about it. I don't like that. I don't like how cute you're trying to be about it. That plus, like, your character's been leaning a little bit heel lately. I just feel like you're not respecting your wife. You're being mean to your brother on screen. You're trying to be cute about your affair, like off screen. Overall, Jey Uso, it's not looking good for you, player. So, like, I don't know. This has got to be a B for me.
Yeet.
All right, nice. We got a Saudi Mania as well as a Saudi Royal Rumble, which will be happening this upcoming January. Saudi WrestleMania will be the following year at WrestleMania 43. Do you guys realize every time that they go to Saudi Arabia, the women have to wrestle in full body suits, which is like very restricting, I assume.
Super restrictive. The temperature is insane. I mean, you can't regulate your body temperature when you're in a full body latex suit. What are they supposed to do? Also, the crowd pops are nearly non-existent. Like, it's hard to watch.
There's no investment in any of the women can do amazing maneuvers, have all sorts of match, tell great stories, and the crowd is sitting there like they don't give a shit at all. Also, just like back to the attire thing, like, the guys can wear like trunks and stuff and like kind of rock the same trunk in different colors. Like, the women actually put a lot of thought and effort into like their different attires, and they don't repeat attires. So like,
and they have to change craft, everything like, these about
full
it.
Body things every time. It's also like another expensive thing because gear is another thing that falls on the back of the performers. Like,
and it is not cheap, you know. So yeah, it just so many reasons.
Also, like, you snatch New Orleans as WrestleMania, and instead of giving them a WrestleMania in return, you give one to Saudi Arabia, and you say, "Hey, New Orleans, you can have a Money in the Bank in September," which is beyond asinine. John Cena pulled up to London last year to be like, "Hey, London needs a WrestleMania," and you pass up on London to go to Riyadh. It's just like, this is disgusting promotional tactic after disgusting promotional tactic, and this is just another nasty one for me. Probably a B.
Yeah. Oh no.
Next we have the Vanity Fair interview.
This was such a strange time. It's like we woke up in the morning to this article being out in the world.
These pictures of Roman serving mug, like wearing dainty little fits, trying to get his like Jason Momoa off, and then like all of a sudden he's answering questions about the election.
Why?
It's like we learned so much about Roman Reigns that no one really needed to know.
Yeah.
But like, learning is half the battle. The more you do know.
It was just, it was really interesting, eye-opening.
I'd say it's another, it's another unforced error, just like PR optics thing that like was completely avoidable that for some reason they just walked right into. I give it a B.
It was funny.
I'm giving
though,
everything a B right now.
This is a B.
This is some B-level shit. Gunther assaults Pat McAfee. This is a S. Like, even if you Google what was like the biggest controversy of the year.
Yeah. During our research for this episode, we realized that this is shoot. This is kayfabe. I mean, as far as like public knowledge, Gunther really did attack Pat McAfee, and choke him out.
And honestly, he should again. Like, if we're being so real, like, I felt like this was like essentially a Gunther face turn when it happened. Like, the crowd was cheering. Like, people were going crazy. Pat tried to sell it on his show the next day, like, and just do the whole, he might have beat me up, but I was tough enough to try, and I stood up for my friend Michael Cole, who I'm mean to, and I let my co-host be mean to on my show all the time. But I draw the line when Gunther's mean to him. It's just, dude, Gunther needs to choke this nigga again, honestly. Bro, I hate Pat McAfee. I don't want him to ever come back. For that, I'll give this a S.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah Stock and Amanda Huber. They got into some Twitter beef a couple weeks ago. For those that are unfamiliar, Amanda Huber is the widow of the late great Brody Lee, Luke Harper from the Wyatt family, and Sarah Stock is a former wrestler, I believe WWE TNA. They had some disagreements over AEW's John Moxley versus Darby Allin match, especially like the fishbowl spot where he was drowning Darby, and it led to some just back and forth. We don't need to really get into what was said because some of it is just outrageous, but I think this is just a testament of, especially in wrestling, we have a issue with clout. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, God bless Amanda Huber. I would never wish for anyone to become a widow and like have to like, you know, see this industry that your husband dedicated his life to. Like, it's super great that she's been able to be a part of it and be supported and like have like so many people look after her son and try to, you know, get him a foot into the door. But at the end of the day, you are the wife of a former performer. You're not like necessarily, I mean, maybe she was a former performer, maybe that's how they met, but like the notoriety and everything that is attached to you comes with like the sad news that like your husband passed, but that does not mean that you need to be a key commentator on every issue. And especially when it comes down to like you guys had a pre-existing AEW backstage thing and y'all are just like using the fact that you each have major audiences to be like, hey, I'm performatively fighting in front of people when y'all have each other's numbers. Like, y'all could have texted each other
privately.
Y'all could have handled this in private. I hope in the event that Goodie Graps is fortunately able to grow and we get the kind of following where people know us and care about the things that we have to say, that we are never so like indebted to clout that we feel the need to have public spats in front of all of the timeline with other people for whatever reason over things that we can handle through a text, an email, any of the sort. This is really dumb, and I'm gonna give this like a D.
Yeah.
All right, Seth Rollins, he has had just a stinky year. I just want to like take a moment to talk about Seth for a second. Seth Rollins, nobody cared anymore after like the CM Punk feud. Y'all feuded for like a billion, trillion years, and nobody gave a shit, and y'all were all like babyface, and it was like, I like you, but I like you, and blah, 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 blah. And then it was supposed to be done. The Raw Netflix debut, he stomps your ass, or he goes to sleep your ass, you're done. You get to win the main event of WrestleMania. You get a shiny new group. They make you the guy. They make you the main focus again. And you started stinking it up, just like you did every other time we've given you the ball. And at a certain point, we need to have a conversation. Can you be trusted with the ball if every time you get it, you just stink it up? You took Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, who were two of the more promising young talents on the roster, and you stunk them up. And then you tried to freaking...
I don't think Seth did that. I think Paul Heyman and Triple H did that. Seth is just Seth. He's not meant to be the leader of a faction. He's not meant to be the visionary of the vision. He's just meant to be Seth Rollins. He's meant to be his own revolutionary visionary over in a box by himself, not like with a faction.
As a longer time wrestling fan, I remember when Seth Rollins had a little faction with Buddy Murphy and the AOP in Austin Theory, like during the pandemic, which was also stinky. Every time he finds a couple of guys to take under his wing, it's stinky. And right now he's trying to do this thing, like everyone's trying to do this thing where it's like, oh, I want to be the top guy, but instead of being my own version of the top guy, I'm going to try to be Roman. Solo's trying to be Roman. Seth's trying to be Roman. Jey Uso's trying to be Roman. And it's all stinky. But anyway, this is about specifically Seth and Triple H trying to work us, the fans. And in an attempt to work us,
and it worked.
They also worked everyone at the company, which became a bigger issue because now there's a lack of trust between the workers, the riders, everyone. They don't know when something is real or fake. So when you pretend to be hurt and you wear a little knee brace and you walk around on crutches and then you drop them and it's this heist of the century, ruse of the century thing, it's ha 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 ha. Then what happens? Then you start trying to be Mr. Vision and have all these fake epics. Why the hell did he jump coast to coast headbutt? Like, everyone that ever does a coast to coast, they do like a drop kick where like you're landing on your butt. You just jumped across a 20-foot ring where you have to brace yourself, land somewhere, and now your shoulder's fucked and you're gonna miss the next several months. Who knows if you'll even be
but you hurt yourself and we don't know whether to believe it or not. Like,
you cried wolf.
Yeah, is it a work or what is it?
Exactly. Both the real and fake, I think, are. I'll give them
they're
both.
F. Oh.
No. I was gonna say D.
Oh.
I think they're both low on this. I think that they're just both stinky, and I think that at a certain point we also need to talk about how like other people, like Finn Balor, never got another chance after the injury-prone label from Breathless Seth powerbomb, but Seth gets hurt like every 3 weeks, and it's just like, oh, he can keep his title while he's hurt, and he'll just come back, and all of this is a stinky year overall. Next, we got the Charlotte and Tiffany shoot.
This was brutal. In the moment, I mean, they were going back and forth, and then as you all know, Tiffy decided to bring up Charlotte's, at the time, it was pretty recent, her divorce from Andrade. I don't know how many months it had been, but not long. And Tiffany brought it up in ring, and it was...
That was definitely Nia Jax that told her to bring that shit up.
Had to be.
Nia Jax. That just... Even when she said it, it sounded like a Nia Jax delivery. Like, it sounded like something Nia Jax prepared for the Roast of Wrestlemania.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? 0-4 now? Or something like that.
Yeah. And it was, they made Tiffy apologize and all this, and it was a big deal at the time.
Yeah, Charlotte might have been trying to big league her and snatch her chain a little bit before that, but Tiffany was trying to stand up for herself. It was just like eye for eye. Everyone involved looked bad, and looking at it now, Charlotte brought up Kaiser. The Kaiser Tiffany thing, they're no longer together, so that I'm sure probably played into
at least a little bit, yeah.
I'm sure it didn't make things easy for their relationship. So
right.
All in all, there should never be anything that's happening on screen that should have drastic effects on the performers' real lives. And I think, again, it's just a testament to Triple H's lack of creativity that he couldn't craft a better story for these two talented performers to have something to sink their teeth into, where they had to start just going at each other's real life insecurities and issues because they got nothing else to work with. So I don't know. But
controversy-wise, it wasn't, it blew over after a few weeks.
People were a little bit bothered by it, but it wasn't something that, after their match, it seemed like there was the worry going into the match that it was going to be a pretty stiff match, but I think that they took care of each other. They did look like they hit each other pretty hard, but in the end, Tiffany got the win. Charlotte put her over. A new star was made. We're all professionals here. And I think that is something that they've each been able to learn from moving forward. I think Tiffany, it gave her a sense of maturity and hey, you can't do this moving forward. If you're going to be champion, you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. I think Charlotte, it was one of those low points for her before the teaming with Alexa that's really turned around how the crowd receives her and everything. And I think she's really been able to take a dark moment and really flip it around and capitalize on things. So
yeah, I'm gonna give it a C.
Yeah, good for everybody involved. Speaking of Andrade,
Man.
this is the funniest wrestler in the world. This guy is a real worker.
Thank you, WWE.
He's like one of those old territory guys that'll just like pop up. Oh, he's in Mid-South, and next he's in Mid-Atlantic, next he's in the AWA, next he's up north. Like you never know where he might pop up, but you just know he's El Idolo when he's there. And like,
he could join the Don Callis family.
He joins the Don Callis family and attacks Kenny Omega, and then starting like within days later, by the next show, you're not even allowed to mention him. It's like it never happened. We saw it happen, and we're just supposed to pretend like, what?
And it's just disappointing to see that these wrestlers, you know, however many years of work they put in for whichever company, they can still be like screwed over by these contracts and these non-competes and et cetera, et cetera. Like, what's he supposed to do?
Cause like, oh, you can't work anywhere else in the U.S. for the next year. Like, hey, we're not going to use you. We're not going to make you a star. We're not going to let you make money here. But also, you can't go make money somewhere else. We're firing you, but you can't go get a new job. It's just evil shit.
Right. Like, what's he supposed to do?
Just send him back to Mexico. And that's just like, again, very Trumpian. Like, how many times when I'm editing this, I might put a counter up. How many times I say it. Anyway, Andrade contract situation. I'm gonna give it a C for contract.
Yeah.
What we got next? The Rock wants Cody's soul. Where do we go with this? Like, what was the point?
I think it was just stupid. I don't know. This wasn't necessarily a huge controversy. It was just like weird, and where is this going?
And it was never followed up upon, and I don't think that it will be.
And just the fact that he was like, "I want your soul," and then we never found out exactly what he meant by that. So yeah, it was just funny, more so than like a huge controversy. Give it like a D tier.
Yeah. All right, next we got Sabu's final match. For some reason, Sabu, who like apparently was in no condition to compete, did like a barbed wire death match versus Joey Janela as his final match. Took some real nasty looking bumps, including one like on the floor, went through some barbed wire, and like I said, he was apparently in no condition to compete beforehand, and less than a few weeks later, he unfortunately passed away. I think for a lot of these old time wrestlers who like came up in the territories and came up in ECW and Attitude Era and did a lot of this deathmatch stuff, I feel like they sort of sensationalize and like take pride in like, oh, that's the way to go out. But that's no way for anyone to like spend their final days.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a good thing that wrestling and the industry in general has sort of evolved to the point where they're able to make more money, they're able to do more things to take care of themselves and set up their families so they don't have to do this until they're in their 60s and 70s and doing crazy deathmatch stuff as elderly men. But this is all in all, I think, just like a sad situation because it's like a legend who inspired so many people, an innovator, in his final days was still doing this thing that he may have clearly loved, but it was just at the point where it had left him. It was past him, and he shouldn't have even been in the situation where that's something he was needing to do to make money, or I don't know if this was driven by money or if he just wanted to go out in the blaze of glory. Like with these old wrestlers, you never really know, but I think it puts into perspective things like the Cena retirement tour and like people being able to go out on their own terms. And I think that is a trend that we should like continue to push for in wrestling, like having people comfortably be able to go out on their own terms. I'll give this a because I think it was pretty just nasty how all this was handled. Also, like after he died, everyone started trying to cover their ass, like, "Oh, we did everything, took all the precautions." It's like you shouldn't have had this match.
Yeah.
Next we got Masha Slamovich allegations. everything about this is stinky. Like, some of the stuff that she was saying to her partner, I believe his name is Akira, a wrestler, just like emasculating things, stuff like, oh, you're not a man, I'm a wrestler, I want to wrestle a real star, a real main eventer, or someone who blah blah blah, and just like continually belittling, in addition to like the actual physical abuse and mental and emotional abuse. And all of that is like uncovered as you are like one of the big stars of the TNA Knockout division. You're having these crossover matches with the likes of Jordan Grace and JC Jane and all these people. Like, you're about to be like the next Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry, Santana, that's going to get like a big NXT run. And you got in your own way just by being a stinky piece of shit.
Yeah.
So you deserve all the ridicule, all the vitriol that's coming your way. I'm not gonna say like beat yourself up about it, but like, please go try to learn and grow and become a better person and do work on yourself, and not just like take this as an opportunity to, you know, grift or anything. But
A tier.
Yeah, stinky. All right, next we got WWE asking Netflix not to promote Happy Gilmore 2. I don't see how they thought that this was going to ever happen. Like, Netflix, you want to get into the Netflix business, you got to let Netflix promote their big release. That's their big summer movie blockbuster. Adam Sandler's putting all his movies out through Netflix. And just because MJF is one of the stars, like,
I just think it's so funny how MJF was in the trailer so heavily, and then in the actual movie, he was in it for maybe 15 minutes, if I'm being really generous.
The dog was barely in the film. The way that they promoted it, you would have thought that he was like
the star
like,
of the
at least number 2. Like, he might have been Happy Jr. And like, I don't know, man. Everything with how this played out was super funny. Like, Becky Lynch, also a star in the movie. Nikki Bella had a part which ended up getting cut, but it's like everyone in wrestling is currently trying to do that crossover thing. Be John Cena, be Dwayne, have a life outside of this. This is a very demanding thing on your body, on your time, and like, it's not something that you can do forever, and people are trying to set themselves up for that. So like, good for MJF finding a spot in this cast and being able to do something there. But WWE, it's crazy for y'all to like think that people are going to just like adhere to y'all's demands about their advertising schedule, especially with the way that y'all just promote anything. Anyone that gives you $5, you slap their logo on something, which we'll get to that too. But yeah, I'm gonna
snap into a Slim Jim.
I'm gonna give this a B.
Yeah.
Speaking of B, Cardi B hosts SummerSlam. I don't know what the point of this was. We look at like West Side Gun getting like escorted out of Raw after we've seen him in the front row of like every show for like the last 10 years without ever being any like celebrity mention or anything. And this company has spent the years letting themselves out to every celebrity, and I think it's indicative of a bigger problem that we'll touch on with a few other people. But just like the Dwayne wanting Cody's soul, like the sponsors on the ladders and the tables and the ring, and everything is an ad. Everything is a product. You're not telling us like you're saying, hey, you should watch WWE because Cardi B says it's cool. You should watch WWE because Jelly Roll thinks it's cool. You should watch WWE because Logan Paul is here. And it's like, there's people who have known and loved and supported this product for years and years and just want a good product. People will come, people will support, people will do whatever if you just make good TV and make good wrestling. You don't have to attach a big name that has nothing to do with it, that's just looking to promote their latest project. This is just like the guest host era of Raw, and it was really dumb and did nothing. The Outside is a good song. It has nothing to do with wrestling or summer or New Jersey, really.
I would give this like a D tier.
Yeah. Shout out Cardi B though. I mean, you're cool. It's just I don't understand why you're. Isn't she pregnant too?
I don't know.
All right, next we got Travis Scott. Travis Scott, another celebrity who like infiltrated every aspect of WWE for some reason or another. Travis was in the main event of WrestleMania, and that's something that we'll always have to like remember and deal with. Like the John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, John Cena's final WrestleMania match. We have to always remember Travis Scott interfered and was a major part of that and played a major role.
And he broke Cody Rhodes' eardrum.
And he's not even around anymore. Like WWE was going to have him do the jelly roll thing, wrestle full time, and he just didn't feel like learning how to do it. And now they're just like, oh, we don't even talk about him, we don't even mention him. And they still use his song as a theme song of Raw. So it's just like they can't even make up their own mind about where they stand on him. All in all, B.
Yeah.
Logan Paul. When are we going to admit that this just isn't working? It's just not working. Like, how many of John Cena's final matches did we have to see him fight Logan Paul in some capacity? Like, wasn't Logan Paul? I think he was in the Elimination Chamber. I think he might have been, like, him and John Cena fought one-on-one in Paris, I want to say. And then they had that tag match. Like, just because you stick Logan Paul with a star and he can flip and he can talk shit, like, he's not even really good on the mic. A lot of his, like, he talks in that little fake thug accent, like, yo, bro, let me tell you what's gonna happen here tonight, punk. I'm gonna punch you in the face and I'm gonna punch Jey Uso. It's like, why are you talking like that? You don't talk like that. Like when you talk to your wife, when you talk to your daughter, do you talk like that? Because I don't think you do. And I understand wrestlers have their exaggerated wrestler voice, but it's like you sound like a caricature of what people think a street smart, tough frat guy sounds like. And it's just like corny. Like, you're like 30, dude. Like, talk like a regular guy. And at the same time, like, your physique is impressive. You kind of look like you're juicing. So I don't know if it's natural or not, but like, you don't wrestle full time. You're not really that good, and like, your shtick is getting old. There's not really any evolution to it. At a certain point, we have to like stop trying to force this on everyone.
Yeah. I would give him like an A tier.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think we've evolved past the need for Paul Heyman.
Get rid of him.
What does he?
What does he do?
Like, we're at the point where we're at the point where like his only purpose is to tell us how good him and his little associates are. And like, once you've told us, and it's like, all right, we heard you, Paul.
And like, with the Vision, he's not the wise man. He's not, he doesn't really do anything for them, other than kind of like following them around, being with them all the time. He doesn't even really get them matches anymore.
It seems like an incomplete idea.
Yeah.
Like everyone is just like dependent on the legacy of the idea. It's like, oh, Paul has been the advocate. He's been the wise man. So now we'll call him the Oracle. Like, what purpose is he serving? Well, I got CM Punk to the main event of WrestleMania. I did this. I did that. It's like, what have you done for these guys in 6 months? Are any of them more over than they were 6 months ago? I would argue that they're all in a worse spot. So...
yeah.
This is a F.
Yeah, the Vision was rough.
They suck. Darby, the first half of the year for AEW kind of sucked because like they built everything around the Death Riders losing to Darby, and he said, fuck that, I'm going to go climb Mount Everest and I'm going to plant an AEW flag up there to show that I'm the heart and soul. It's like, yeah, that's fine and dandy, dude. You put the whole company's plans like at risk to go risk your life for like some passion project hobby thing, which is fine, like do that. But if I'm Tony, I'm never looking at you as a world champion ever again, ever.
But also just the fact that he climbed Mount Everest is crazy.
Yeah, like he's always doing some extra shit. Like we watched blood and guts yesterday, and just watching him get like tossed through that fire table, watching him flip off that ladder through the glass, like
they've tried to kill him so many times.
And he just brings out flamethrowers and stuff. Like Darby needs a hug or something,
crazy.
dude. He's not well in the head, but I'll give this an A for AEW.
Fair enough.
All right, we got Ricky jumping over. Not much to this. I think that like for a couple of these, like whenever someone leaves one of the companies, all the fans of the other companies just start like throwing shade, talking shit, just like, you were a flop, you never did blah blah blah, you had every opportunity to succeed here, and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, like sometimes what you really just need is a new job. A new job can really solve all your problems, going and working somewhere else. And like for you to get mad at someone else for doing that is like super hypocritical. Because like if you weren't happy at your job and like you could go do the same thing somewhere else and be happier and like work with your friends and stuff, wouldn't you? I don't know. I would. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a C.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really cares that much. WWE on ESPN sucks because like why are y'all making us pay more money? Like this is a bigger problem than just WWE. Like the ESPN app also like ruined YouTube TV for like other sports, and ESPN as a whole, like sports media is like in the worst spot it's ever been in. You want good sports media, go on YouTube, find some passionate guy from a local fan base. Otherwise, you're going to get hours of Pat McAfee schlarbing the president on Veterans Day, or Stephen A. like just yelling like old man yells at cloud. They're like the ridiculousness of ESPN. It's like 17 hours a day. You just see them yelling at the top of their lungs for what? They aren't even talking about sports. They're yelling about life now. And I don't go to ESPN to hear about life. And I damn sure don't go there to watch my wrestling. So WrestlePalooza was the first event that they've had on here. I'm sure, like, what's their next event that they're having? The one where everyone's fighting. Punk versus...
War Games?
Yeah, War Games. Is that going to be on ESPN? I guess we're just not going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
S tier. Yeah, this is terrible.
Fuck them for this. Tessa Blanchard is a fucking racist piece of shit who was excommunicated and kicked out of wrestling for bullying, abusing, and belittling several women in several locker rooms. Ooh. And we just like in Big 2025 said, she's back. It's like another thing. It's another very where it's like
another Brock Lesnar return.
Like, hey, if you are a crook or a bad person or someone that did some shitty stuff, we're going to bring you back. And, they're a heel, so you're supposed to hate them. We don't hate them because of their excellent character work and them, like, cheating or breaking the rules or... We hate them because they're an actual terrible person. We don't hate the characters. We hate the performers themselves. And that, like, get her off my fucking screen. She's A tier.
A tier.
Janelle Grant lawsuit expands with new allegations. S. Like, every time you think this is as bad as it can get, it gets worse. Like, I don't want to spend too much time on it because I want to just, be respectful to the victims. But, like, Vince, Brock, everyone involved, everyone that knew about this had any part in covering it up, Laurinaitis, like, whatever everyone knows, it's becoming increasingly impossible to me to believe that Triple H, Stephanie, the extended McMahon family didn't know something here. Right. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not here to, accuse people of things. I'm just saying, like, the more information that comes out, it's harder and harder to believe that this was not well known among the ranks of, like, upper leadership in WWE. And, yeah, the company you keep, like, this is just kind of indicative of, like, some of the other things going on. So I think it's a S-tier level scandal. For sure. Rhea being mobbed by her fans. Again, like, you guys aren't doing enough to protect your people. Like, you got stalkers, you got Rhea Ripley, one of the biggest stars, most viral stars. Y'all can constantly talk about record merch sales and talk about record gates and ticket sales and stuff. Like, y'all can't get her security.
Right. Like, she's trying to get into her Uber, and she's literally flooded by all of these people.
Men.
Yeah, most of which are men.
All of which, like, you look at it, like, there's just, she's a woman who is no personal space whatsoever. She can't even get to the door for Uber because of these fans mobbing around her.
Can't even open the door because they're all leaning against it. Like, that's got to be so stressful at the very least. You know, she has a tight schedule. She has places to be. She's in a hurry trying to get into her Uber.
And this is someone with like well documented like panic attacks, like all sorts of things like that. And then you add on top of it, like, every time your boss appears on screen, oh, we're making record money. We've never made more money than we made on this event. This is the most tickets we've ever sold for this. And then you bring back Brock Lesnar, and you bring back like people like you're telling the women of this company that their safety, that their protection, that like they're not worth protecting. That like talent, that they're stars. Why does someone like Liv Morgan, like, she goes and shoots her movie, and however they treat her while she's there, when she comes back to this, what is possessing her to ever come back to this?
Right.
You know? This is a freaking, we'll call it, what are we going to do?
A tier.
This is an A tier. El Grande Americano Gable. Like, I had to put Gable there because Ludwig Americano is a national treasure. Everybody loves that guy. When he starts singing in Spanish, speaking Spanish, he's
Gable
actually
El Grande sucks.
Yeah, this was like a dog whistle character, dude. It's fine that that's what they wanted to do, and like the fact that any ability to salvage the character, I think, is a testament to Ludwig as a worker. But like, when it comes to original characters Triple H has created, he used this and like AI, and it was just like slop for months on end, which is crazy because Gable's a talented dude who could do a lot better. Ludwig's a talented dude that could do a lot better. Like, let them go out and show how talented they are as themselves instead of disrespecting luchador culture just because it's all the rave because Ice is big right now, you know? It's just, it's in poor taste. It's tone deaf. You have several members of your roster who are of Hispanic descent, who are at risk and know people, have family members and loved ones that are at risk with like the things that are happening in our country right now. And to make this character in the midst of all that is just like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of yucky.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a B. Naomi having to vacate the title during the peak of her run. Congrats to Naomi and Jimmy, but Jimmy,
Yeah.
you
suck.
You're just like Seth. Like, you want to wait till she's at her top of her moment ever, and then just be like, can't keep it in my pants. It's super sexy that my wife is having the best moment of her career. It's like, yo, clearly, I guess. But,
yeah, it's bittersweet because, of course, like, you know, happy for Naomi, happy for Jimmy, but it sucks to see her go as
she was on fire.
Yeah, such a big moment for her.
Especially, like, with the career that she's had and, like, all that she's had to endure to get to this point. It was just really nice to see her finally get her flowers. But, like, at the very least, I'm glad that she did get that moment. But no, this is a pain. And like with the way that like some of the booking has gone with the world title since then, you can tell that they're like scrambling for other ideas of like how to like, you know, go about this. And like her absence is felt. So
for sure,
give this a S too.
Yeah.
The glamour has arrived. This is just like Ricky when he popped up, except I feel like the vitriol was more so for Mariah because, one, she's a girl. You know, the IWC just like, it's like they took it like they were personally like wronged by her. Like, Tony should never give somebody so much ever again. You gave her everything. You put it on a silver platter. You gave her a run for 18 months, and then she just left because she always wanted to go to WWE. And he was like, bro, like, that's what wrestlers do. They go here and there, and if the same guy does the same thing, like, as much as I love John Cena, as much as we're able to celebrate him, not everybody's John Cena. Anybody else that's the same guy doing the same thing in the same place for 20 years is getting booed out of there. You need to freshen it up. You need to keep yourself fresh, jump around, and she understands that. She understands the business, and, like, anyone who's treating her like she's some sort of bad person for just, like, putting herself in advantageous situations, like, is just, I don't know. This is a non-issue.
Yeah, I don't even really think it's a controversy. Like, when a wrestler switches over to a new company, they're independent contractors. Get over it. It's what they do. I would put this in, like, F tier.
Yeah. Sponsors on Ladders, Tables, Ring. We kind of touched on this. Everything's an ad, dude. We want to watch good wrestling. Like, we're tired of everything just being a product placement or stuff sold to us.
Also, it just, like, creates this unintentionally, like, funny moment when, like, you're watching a TLC match and things are really intense, and then they pull out that table and it's got a giant Slim Jim logo right in the middle. It's just like
even the commentary.
It's so funny.
And he goes to the Slim Jim table and he tosses him off the Jim Beam Fireball ladder. It's just like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Like, stop
it's gross, and it
the
just...
Wheatley American Vodka American podcast. It's like, what are we doing? Shut up. This is
it can turn something like from being really cool to, like, suddenly very, like, cartoonish and corny.
It's so corny.
This is like a A tier.
Yeah. This is A. I was gonna say, like, B, but, like, the more I think about it, the more bothered.
It's bad.
Because, like, why did they have a fireball ladder, and why did they have to have a segment?
Fireball is the official alcohol of heels, by the way. If y'all didn't know that.
You learn something new every day. All right, next.
Oh, man.
Next we have, I just have CM. CM Punk's apology to Saudi Arabia.
This was controversial.
This is so funny because, like, who is this guy and why is he the representative of all of Saudi Arabia? Like, clearly one planted fan that CM Punk gave the most scripted apology to.
Didn't he apologize to, like, a little boy in Saudi Arabia? There was, like, specifically a little boy that he apologized to. And now everyone's forgiven him.
Like, the thing about this is, no matter which side of it you stand on, I feel like you kind of have a reason to be upset. Because let's say that, like, oh, CM Punk's problem was with the Saudi Arabian government, not with the people, and those fans are still fans and they deserve to be, like, if that's your stance that you want to take. I'm an American. I'm not the biggest fan of everything that our government does. I completely understand that. CM Punk, his whole brand is being punk, going against the establishment, standing on what he believes in. If you're going to immediately fold on what you believe in as soon as you're being put into a position by your corporate sponsors and your corporate bootlicking boss, then, like, you're not Punk. And, like, I feel like that's a big bulk of everyone's, like, criticism. It's like, you sold out.
Well, yeah, and let's just remember the original controversy that sparked all this was him tweeting about Miz taking Saudi blood money. And so now, flash forward to when it's
those words exactly.
when it's Punk's turn, when it's Punk's turn to benefit from quote unquote Saudi blood money, he has, like you said, he folds immediately. So
you went right back against, like, you can't be a hypocrite. You can't, like,
Are you a punk or are you a corporate sellout?
Exactly. And Like, this was the big Punk versus John Cena match of the retirement tour. They made it part of the storyline. Like, it felt like a humiliation ritual for, like, John and for Punk. Like,
it did.
You want this match? Fine, you'll get it. But the only way you'll get it, you'll have to go against everything you said and do it in Saudi Arabia. And it's like, that's stinky. Can we not? Can we just not do stinky shit like that? I don't know. That's just a personal request of mine. But, this was funny. Like, I still don't know, like, this specific guy, why he got to be the representative. Like, what if, like, this guy back here was like, that apology doesn't suffice for me.
I don't forgive him.
There's probably somebody at home like, no, don't shake. And, like, now Saudi Arabia as a people have had to forgive CM Punk. Like, he said, like we said, he did not mince his words.
Yeah.
And, everybody's just supposed to be cool with that because this guy right here, he's the only one that gets the fortunate ability to shake Punk's hand and benefit for this. Like, he sold out he sold out all of Saudi Arabia for the chance to shake Punk's hand. So we're just looking at mirror images. These are hypocrites meeting like the creation of Adam. But yeah, this is I don't know. This is a A to me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Everything that Triple H does. This is another. Hey, it's super. This is like when was like, I've ended 5 wars. I deserve an award. People are telling me I should get an award. It's like you just gave yourself an award for like your career. Like, by all means, in the grander scheme of things, like whether you're a fan of him or not, Triple H has enough at least kayfabe accomplishments, whereas him being in the Hall of Fame had to happen eventually. But it happening within the first 2 years of him being in charge of everything, and like within the first year of like, the big TKO takeover and the restructuring and all that.
Yeah. And inducting himself and later this year inducting Stephanie.
We'll get to that.
Before China, just feels like more and more disrespect. It's like a slap in the face to her legacy.
Also, who puts themselves in a Hall of Fame? Like, that's one of those things. It's like when you tell people, "Oh, I'm so funny." Like, that's not for you to say,
right?
Like you don't get to be the judge of that. Like, we will decide if you're a Hall of Famer. I'm like, are you a Hall of Famer? Yeah, but you don't get to fucking say that. So this is a F, or maybe a S.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's
up
S. There. Fuck Triple H. Next, we just got Nia Jax.
Just Nia
like,
Jax.
She's got mean girl energy. She's
injured superstars. Jade Cargill got busted open like in a big way, and it was Nia's fault. We saw all the blood from her eye, like she needed stitches. It was bad. And it's not the first time she's hurt somebody physically.
She just seems like she has like a lack of care, a lack of candor towards the people she hurts. It almost seems targeted and intentional at times. Like, and I know like wrestling, it's a dangerous thing. People are going to get hurt. Like, it's not something that you can really control, but there's just like a sense of callousness with like everything, from the way that she talks about people, the way that she tweets about people, the way that she handles people in the ring. It just is all, it seems in bad faith. So like, Nia, you just kind of been on some stinky shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
B tier.
All right, next we got injuries. Injuries have made us miss some of our favorite superstars throughout the year. Like, we're just recently getting back Ilya Dragunov, but we've gone a good chunk of the year without Liv Morgan, a good chunk of the year without Bianca Belair. Important events like Evolution 2, which like would have been huge to have both of them there. Seth Rollins, as we've mentioned before, has missed a lot of time this year.
And people who have injuries that may be more serious, like Kevin Owens,
Piper Niven.
I know Randy had some serious injuries earlier this year.
Elton from Pretty Deadly. Ridge Holland, his injury is something like paired along with like his release, like that is still affecting him to this day. Having to have surgery like after he's already not with the company anymore.
It's terrible.
So just like another reminder that these performers are putting their bodies on the line to entertain us, and like they are paying the price for it, whether you're a fan of them or not. Like, you do at the very least owe them some semblance of respect for going out and doing this. This is there's been a lot of injuries this year. I think this is the S tier.
Yeah, for sure.
Andrew Tate, Ricochet.
Oh no.
So remember when we were talking about Ultimo Mone, when we're just like, hey, you can be like, she's pissing us off so much, but she's a heel and that's what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Ricochet's way of pissing you off so much is becoming Andrew Tate. Dressing like Andrew Tate, using Andrew Tate like talking points, talking about Samantha making him a sandwich on Twitter, and you can be like, oh, he's a troll. Anyone who's getting riled up over this, he's working you. It's exactly what he wants you to do. Just because you're trying to work someone by being a piece of shit doesn't mean that like it's the right thing to do. Like, yeah. I mean, if you want to try and what's that thing when like actors like try to like live their
like
role?
Method acting.
Yeah, if you want to try to method act your heel work and like live the gimmick, that, I mean, it's just gonna make people not like you in real life, and like that's just something that you have to deal with. The thing is, where I feel like he's also someone that's kind of insecure, that doesn't like criticism or doesn't like people talking shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want to live the gimmick and be a heel, MJF does it. He lives the gimmick. He is a heel, but like he also doesn't give a shit when someone like will go and talk shit to him. Like, you can't also be insecure while trying to be the antagonist, because like something has to give at some point. You're trying to have your cake and eat it too. And it's just nasty, dude. Like, this is a weak ass character to me. I'm like, and like he's been able to continue like with his heel character and have strong results and tone down the Andrew Tate aspects a bit and just be a little heel Ricochet. And I don't know that he necessarily had to get that deep into the Andrew Tate shit to get there.
No, he definitely didn't.
It just seemed like something like he took the long route to get here, where like we could have just started here, but okay. Yeah, this is a B for me.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, LA Knight. Like, I don't know why they just hate this guy for no reason. Like, he shows up, he does his job, he gets good reactions, he sells merch, but like they'll never give him a chance to run.
Even when it really seems like he's about to have a moment or he's the perfect guy for something, they find a way to let him slip through the cracks and choose somebody else. It's frustrating to watch.
And it's like something that we've seen with like Zack Ryder, something that we've seen with Mustafa Ali, Daniel Bryan, Kofi. It's just like, whenever you, Karrion Kross, like whenever you're the guy that gets over that wasn't the guy that they planned to get over, it's like they feel like they need to punish you rather than reward the fans and like get behind a guy that the fans are telling you, hey, he's our guy, we choose him. It's like, no, you got over and now it's a distraction. Now we have to go against our plans and you're fucking up what we had planned, so now you always have to take the pin, or you're always the odd man out, or you're always falling short, never winning the big one. And it's like, it's just unfortunate seeing the way that they've treated him. I think this is a C for me.
Yeah.
Ticket
prices.
Will likely never go to a WrestleMania. Went to Raw a couple months ago, which was super fun. Couldn't do anything else fun rest of the week after that. Even we got like some pretzels and a couple beers and shit, but like it was like, even that, like it turned into a whole outing, like paying for parking and all that stuff, which I mean, all of those are just like things that come with it that you expect, but you don't expect like the price of the actual event to be like insane prices, even lower bowl, upper bowl, nosebleeds, all expensive. Like, these used to be family events that were, the tickets were priced and targeted at families, so you can bring mom, dad, little brother, little sister, and it would be like a outing that people would go to, like going to the movies. Yeah. Now it's like you have to be an elite. It's like concerts. It's like going to see Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Yeah. Like, why am I paying the same amount that I would pay on a down payment for a house to go to WrestleMania.
Right. And it's like they're only getting more expensive. You know, they're not getting any cheaper because they have a lot of debt that they need to get themselves out of. And a quick way to do that is to have really expensive PLEs. And so that's exactly what they're doing.
Shout out Bobby Monsoon.
Yeah. $3 million of debt.
They got a lot of debt that they got to get out of. And, yeah. To all the other wrestling YouTube channels, all the love, all the support. Thank y'all for holding it down during our hiatus. I do want to say, if you've made it this far into the video and you're still watching, just know that as we film this, I looked on YouTube before we even started filming this. We are the first wrestling YouTube channel to do a tier list of the 2025 wrestling controversies, and our friends in the wrestling YouTube space do not always give us credit when they steal our ideas. So if you do see other people like making this, or if you are a wrestling content creator and you want to make this, give us a shout out. We're Goodie Graps. We'd love to collab. Next we got Carmelo Hayes. Kind of similar to LA Knight. Like, not sure what else this guy needs to do in order to show his worth and value. Like, he was amazingly over in NXT, had a great run, and it seems like each of his NXT peers, which he was a standout even among that group, they've all been given chances to do something and showcase their talent at this next level. Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, Lyra Valkyria, Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton are just some of the names that have gotten to debut and have amazing first-year runs. Like, even in shorter spans of time, people that came in after that, like Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, they've had title runs and chances to showcase what they can do. And Carmelo, he got paired with The Miz, he got that Andre chain, and it's like that's the high point of his career to this point, which is just unfortunate, because you have a true star, someone who's young, someone that can be a star for you at the highest level for the next decade, and you're doing nothing.
And who can do anything. You could put him in a tag team, he could be a single star, like whatever you want him to do, he could do. Yeah.
So just between him, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, The New Day, like, there's so many people this year that are just like getting shafted by creative, and it's incredibly unfortunate, but this is one of the more egregious ones. This has to be like an A for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Smashing Machine. So it feels like leading into this movie, we saw and heard a lot of propaganda surrounding it, and since the release of this movie, we've saw and heard nothing surrounding it. I have not seen this movie.
I have not seen this movie.
I can't tell you if it's good or not, but everything I've seen from Rotten Tomatoes, the reviews, and just like the overall lack of relevancy it's had after just like this Oscar level push that was being given to it beforehand, I think it's telling. And it's just like another, like, Dwayne Johnson's utter lack of self-awareness needs to be studied, because he is someone who is, I think, we discussed at length how WWE in 2025 is like watching like one long commercial, one long ad,
right? And
there's no one who is more of a walking, talking like, he's no longer an actor, he's no longer a wrestler. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an advertisement for something at all times, and this is just the latest thing that he's trying to sell us.
And it's, you know, supposed to be this big, like, emotional breakthrough moment for him as an actor. And his next role that he's currently prepping for is Jumanji, the new Jumanji movie. So it's just funny to see. And he won't stop talking about it.
Yeah, just see.
Yeah.
All right, next we got releases. It seems like every year, record profit, record number of tickets sold, record gates, all this stuff, and then you're firing people unceremoniously. And it's not just like the people that are being let go. It's how it's being handled. Like, right. You Braun Strowman go put his body on the line to make Bronson Reed, to make Jacob Fatu. Like, they're not in the position that they are without Braun Strowman's sacrifices, and he gets talked about bad by Heyman on his way out. You give him a fake ass diners, drive-ins, and dives as like a consolation prize.
Yeah.
And then you talk about age being the reason for someone like Dakota or Shayna getting cut. Meanwhile, again, you got Brock Lesnar. You got like your entire men's main event scene is in their early to mid to late 40s. So yeah, like, I mean, there's just like ways of handling things, ways of taking care of your people. You see a shiny new toy that's unhappy at another company, and you're just like, ooh, we want them to spite that company and to get the headline attention grabbing thing of, oh, this person came here. And the people that have been there, that have been giving time and effort and years of their life, taking years off their life to make your company better, you just toss them aside, like, ceremoniously, and it's just, it's a shame.
It's not fair, and there's only so many times the fans can, push for someone to be brought back, the way, say, R-Truth was. And so it's just unfortunate, especially, someone who's been doing this for so long, like Braun Strowman.
And before you jump in the comments like, you don't understand business, this is how the bottom line works, and like, you got to be leaner and you got to cut costs. It's like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's just a way of handling it.
Right.
There's a way of doing things with compassion. There's a way of doing things that like show appreciation to the people for what they've given you, and like giving them an opportunity to set themselves up to do something else. Like your 90-day non-competes where they're not able to go make a living for themselves after just being shocked and told that they no longer have a job. It's like you put them in a position that really can mess them up and set them back and ruin a lot of things for them in their immediate future after you wish them the best in their future endeavors. And it's just a really predatory practice that like I can't get behind. So this is gonna be another A for me.
Yeah. Goldberg's retirement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no Goldberg like truther. I'm not sitting here like, oh, you guys did Goldberg dirty, but I mean, you could have at least pretended to like care. It's like, yeah, at the end of the day, you only ran this show to counter program AEW and give like a show to go against whatever it is that they were doing that night. And Goldberg, I need you to understand and realize you were a WCW guy. WCW was acquired by WWE. Even in your few short WWE runs, it's not like you were some all-timer in your time there. And like the way that you've conducted and handled yourself outside of the wrestling ring and even inside of the wrestling ring and backstage, like you're not the most beloved character. So it's tough for people to really sympathize with you, but you're trying to go out on your own terms, have one final match, one thing. Like, it didn't need to be for the world title.
Definitely not.
Jey Uso definitely got his world title reign shafted so they can try and hurry up and make Gunther a two-time champ and make Gunther's second reign just like short and meaningless also.
Yeah.
I forgot that Gunther had a second reign this year, actually.
Yeah, it was stinky all around.
Yeah, there's nothing good that really came out of this, and it's just like another instance of what do you gain from all of this counter programming and trying to just like spite AEW. I don't see the point of it.
Controversy wise, I would put it in maybe a C tier.
Yeah. All right, next we have stealing the TNA and AAA world titles. This new like global imperialism stuff, like we see it for what it is. The same way Vince went and bought all the territories, now there's these working partnerships and relationships with TNA and AAA, and we want to be able to work with these talent. you, again, lack the creativity to do anything with the talent that you have. So you're sitting and sending them to be like in the creative hands of other people, and you're just taking their top prizes as a way of not only validating your guys and propping them up as, hey, even our developmental lower tier guys are better than your top world champions, but
then doing nothing with them.
Not only that, like, there's nothing that these companies are getting back in return.
Right.
Like, yeah, you might get Trick Williams at a couple TNA pay-per-views, and you might get Dirty Dom at some AAA shows, and they might, raise the number of ticket sales. But it's not like we're not seeing Vikingo win the IC title, or
right.
Octagon Jr. win the US title, or, I don't know, like Nick Nemeth or somebody come in and win the challenge Roman Reigns. Like, that's not... We're not seeing anything that is on the same level of, hey, we help you, you help us. Like, if you look at the AEW New Japan, like, Takeshita might be the world champ in New Japan right now, but there's guys from AEW who, like, Will Ospreay, in his first little run in a couple of matches, he was a full-time New Japan guy. They're Mercedes, like, there's people who like are from New Japan that pretty much get like a trial run in AEW. They're treated like stars. They win while they're there, and it's what makes them say, hey, yeah, maybe I do want to eventually come sign here. WWE is just like, hey, we'll release you from your contract and leave you with no other option but to go sign with TNA, and then we just have to have the audience pretend that, oh, hey, this guy that we knew as a Wesley 3 months ago is now just Desmond Xavier. Oh, hey, that's Jakara Jackson. Actually, that's Mara Sade. They're still interacting and wrestling all the same people, but under a different name. And all of a sudden, now that they're on this side of the locker room as opposed to this side, all their skills go down. Like, right. they have now dropped below everyone that's still on this roster, even if they're Evolve or NXT or developmental, right. Which is just
it's silly.
It's dumb. I'll give this a B.
For sure. The New Day.
How do you take one of the greatest tag teams of all time and just watching the parallel of the New Day and the Usos the last 5 or 6 years has been something. Because, I mean, you have the New Day, they have Kofi and Big E rise to being world champions, and it seems like Woods was king of the ring. It seems like you established them as like all having like this capability of doing the solo thing, but you, for some reason, decide, no, they're better off as a group, keep them together. Unfortunately, Big E's injury and his inability to continue wrestling has like kind of changed their dynamic, and the New Day will never truly fully be the New Day with just 2 of them and not all 3 of them.
Right.
But making them dress like they're at a funeral, hang out with Grayson Waller, like, I get it. You're throwing stuff at the wall, trying to see what sticks, trying to find
this feud
new
with
ways to
Penta over hats. It's just like, it's ridiculous.
Like, they won the tag titles at Mania and then never defended them until like they randomly lost them to the Judgment Day, who also never defended them. And it's like all the tag teams on Raw are just goofy. Like, where did AJ Styles and Dragon Lee even come from? Where are Eric and Ivar? Are they hurt?
Like, I haven't seen them in a minute.
This is the kind of stuff, the LWO. Where are those guys? You just ship them off to AAA now? Like, just the way that everyone is being used is incredibly frustrating. But this is, it's not really controversial. It's just annoying.
It just, it sucks.
I'll give it a C.
Yeah.
Missed one. All right, Stephanie McMahon gets a Hall of Fame induction before China. Talk about Nepo babies. You worked for your own family business. Like, you got a job at your dad's company. You didn't need any qualifications. You didn't need to earn any type of merit to get the job. You got a job at your dad's company. And once you were there, you married one of the talent. That's not to say Stephanie hasn't played a major role, and like all of the people who work there, they have lovely things to say about her, and she's important in her very own right. But it's like Triple H anointing himself in the Hall of Fame, like all this stuff.
Right.
We never saw Vince McMahon put himself in the Hall of Fame, and he had
We saw him do plenty of things.
He had every opportunity to do so, but even Vince is just like, why would I award myself? Why would I give myself the
Exactly.
award? This is just like between Triple H going in, Michelle McCool going in, like it's like, hey, all of us and all of our wives are Hall of Famers, so deal with it.
Yeah.
It's really just it's in
just
bad taste.
in poor taste, and like the timing is bad also. Like Triple H and then Stephanie back to back is it just feels like a slap in the face, especially to people who've been waiting for a long time for China to be inducted.
And you can't give the reasoning that you give for not inducting China and then associate with the people that you associate with. Like,
right.
So I'm just going to leave that at that. I'm going to give this a honestly.
Yeah.
WWE ID. Oh, this was fun. It came and went. They created like a little system that allows different independent promotions to have like an association with WWE, I guess, as a way of kind of scouting, seeing how they can find their next generation of talent to look out for and look to recruit and add. And all it did was there was a Syko Stu incident that brought some
negative
negative publicity, and then some of the other people that ended up being a part of this, now that it's been like about a year or so, a lot of them aren't renewing it, and it just seems like this is slowly but surely being phased out. I don't know that there even are ID champions. Like, I know they made these championships, but there's no telling like what exactly the plan is with this moving forward, and it just seems like another failed idea. Like as we look at Triple H and as we look at a lot of the things that we've done this year, not only are you just like not properly utilizing the talent that you have on these brands, but it's like you're greedily looking to expand and just steal up everyone else's talent and take people, and you don't plan on doing anything with them. And it's like a cycle. Like, we want you so no one else can have you. Once you're here, we're not going to do anything with you. We're going to unceremoniously release you and then not let you go work anywhere else. And if you're able to make something of yourself again, then now we respect you and you can come back and skip the line. And that's just kind of bad business practice. I don't know why anyone would want to work there or choose to work there.
Yeah. It's just they're reaching in too many different directions too fast. And it's coming back to bite them in the ass, and this is a perfect example. Controversy wise, I don't think it's super controversial.
It depends on what you want to call WWE ID. I mean, how much of this do you want to tie back to the Syko Stu thing?
True. Yeah.
I think controversy-wise, it's just like a B. Like when you have all these independents where like they're not directly affiliated with you, but like they're just like loosely associated, you don't really have a lot of control over what they do, what they say. And again, these are independent promotions, so like they're likely going to do things that they're not under the watch of all the sponsors and all the advertisements that you have to look out for and little things that you have to adhere to. So all in all, it just seems like another PR misstep that was completely avoidable. But yeah. Jelly roll.
Jelly roll.
I have been a lifelong fan, and I can appreciate like other people being lifelong fans. Just because you are a lifelong fan, that does not mean that you need to be ingratiated into the product.
Sorry. I thought you meant you were a lifelong fan of Jelly Roll. A lifelong fan of wrestling. Yes.
I've loved Jelly Roll since I was a young boy. No, I don't think that being a lifelong wrestling fan means you need to be ingratiated into the product. it's super cool that Jelly Roll lost a bunch of weight and like trained and went to the PC, and like it's awesome that he has the resources to be able to take time away from his busy, super hectic music career where he's just pumping out hit after hit after hit to train and go to the performance center and work and learn how to bump and learn how to do elbow drops and all that, so he can have a prominent Big Four match at like the second biggest show of the year. Meanwhile, you got guys like Carmelo Hayes. We don't have a spot for you on the card, brother.
Right.
But Jelly Roll and Logan Paul, they get to fight with two former WWE World Champions in Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, who were like right one step away from the WWE Championship picture. They're actively in a feud that intertwines with Cody Rhodes. So it's like Jelly Roll is a stone's throw away from the WWE Championship, and we don't have room for Melo on the show. We're firing Kross, we're firing R-Truth, we're firing Dakota.
Braun Strowman. And it's just like, this is part of the Logan Paulification of the WWE. Like, all the celebrities, all the influencers, all, you know, these people who are intended to bring this outside draw that I don't think they necessarily do.
The people who are watching are the people who have always watched, and if anything, you're just like sort of alienating them by mistreating, not using their favorite talent that they've been emotionally invested in all these years, and constantly, like, no one wants to like constantly be sold something. When people come and knock at your door and they're just like, oh hey, we're offering this, you're just like, hey, I want to close my door and no thank you, not interested. When you get called on the phone by, are you willing to donate to this or that, you're just like, I don't really want to, hang up, leave me alone. That's kind of what I feel when I see Jelly Roll and Post Malone. And also there's just like an oversaturation. Like even with Cardi B, she's just at SummerSlam. We see Jelly Roll on the like Tonight Show doing a wrestling thing.
Right.
And then he's singing Randy Orton's theme song and he's higher voices in my head. I was like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I saw you like 8 times in like 2 weeks, and now I never want to see you again. It's something that needs to stop, man. Jelly Roll, I'll give you a C, brother.
Fair enough. Boo, the MFTs.
The MFTs. Look at Jeff Cobb's little face with the paint. He looks...
Jeff Cobb's?
JC Mateo.
That's JC Mateo.
Excuse me, I apologize. Jeff Cobb Mateo, he's got the Tonga paint on. He's not even Tongan. He's not even Samoan. Like, I don't know how he got lumped in with these fellas.
Something about the face paint makes them worse somehow.
I feel like the face paint only works on Tama Tonga. I feel like every other person that does it, it doesn't work on them.
It gives them less aura.
Like with Tama Tonga, he just like, he looks like a crazy guy that needs to be painted up. Tonga Loa, he's like, oh, I'm painted up just like my brother. Tala Tonga, ah! Oh, does he even talk? Does he just roar? Is he like a dinosaur or something?
I've not heard him speak.
I don't think I've heard JC Mateo speak either. He just sits
Actually,
there.
yeah.
He just sits back looking mad and mean. And what is everyone's allegiance to Solo? Like, what is it rooted in? He's like, it's one thing when it was like Jacob and all of them, because like, oh, my family tree, these are my family, this is my cousin, these are my brothers.
Right.
None of these guys are related
Y'all
to
aren't
you.
even
related.
like
Loosely, like, I mean, I guess the Tongans, like Haku and the Anawais, are loosely associated, but like,
yeah. But isn't that like my family tree?
I feel like it started off like in Japan as like mother effing Tongans or something, and like this is like their WWE version, like when Broken Matt Hardy became Woken Matt Hardy.
Woken.
Yeah. Things have been dark for ages. This is a stinky group, and it's one of those things where like Triple H needs to figure out how to end a faction, like when they've jumped the shark.
When it's time.
Like the bloodline extended way too long. This is even like a spinoff of the bloodline, trying to still capitalize on that. Judgment Day has been like, we went from, do you think Edge, when he made the Judgment Day, ever envisioned Roxanne fucking Perez being in the like?
Probably not.
Things have extended way past their lifespan, and instead of having something new, something creative, like to sink your teeth into, we're rehashing and rerunning the same things we've been doing for the last 5 years. And like Solo's funny.
I think Solo honestly could do so much more without this MFT faction.
Let him turn face and be like a funny guy. Let him be like, he could be like Rikishi. Yeah. Literally. He could just be like a funny guy. He could be like Jimmy. But we have to keep pretending. Y'all keep trying to make it look vicious, and it's not vicious. And even if you give it like a bunch of painted up friends and a 7-foot tall Tongan, it's still not vicious. Even like them fighting the Wyatts, I'm not really...
No, it doesn't move me.
There's no investment.
Just because they have no personality. You know, you can build them up, you can paint their faces, you can do all this stuff, but if there's nothing behind it, then there's nothing behind it. So, yeah, I would put this at...
I'm giving them an F for MFT.
Fair.
All right, we got Cody's second reign. This has been pointless.
What
has he even done? He, like, the match with Cena, that was a classic. 5-star, Meltzer, blah, 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 blah. Since then, we've just kind of been, I don't know, we've been kind of
waiting for something.
Like, the feud with Randy still hasn't happened. You've fought Drew and just buried him, like, a couple times.
And we've been in this weird place.
You had a baby, like you were filming a movie. Like all of these things, if you weren't going to be here, if you were going to be on paternity leave, if you're going to be filming a movie, you don't need to be champion for that. Like John Cena could have extended his reign.
Yeah.
Or someone else could have beaten him, whether that be Drew, whether that be LA Knight, whether that be, like, I know people are hurt. There's a lot of things and been changed around, thrown up in the air that we don't know how stuff's gonna play out. But it feels like Cody's first reign, when he finished the story, was like the real championship reign of Cody, babyface, like fighting champion. This one, it feels like an ad. It feels like product placement. It feels like, hey, we've just selected this guy as the new face of the company, and this is us shoving him down your throat.
He's going on the Minute Maid carton.
Yeah, it feels like he's a proxy champion for Triple H. Like Triple H's way of being champion still, like through Cody as his avatar. And
hate that.
I'm not a big fan. I think that he needs to drop this title. And I think he needs to turn heel or do something refreshing with his character.
Turn heel, Cody.
Yeah, you're spinning your wheels right now, dude. He's always better on the chase too. When he is a champion, it's just like...
Yeah, he's like one of those underdogs that you want to see win, but if he's winning all the time, you know, it's like that.
It's like this guy down here.
Yeah, it's like Super Cena. Like
everyone's gonna get tired of it and turn on you. It's only a matter of time. I'm gonna give a C for Cody.
C for Cody.
WWE podcasts, whether it be Cody's, whether it be Undertaker's, whether it be Logan Paul's, whether it be Stephanie McMahon's, every week we got Fanatics. Ooh, Fanatics sucks. Fanatics Fest, like, looks like a cool event, but I don't like Fanatics. I don't like the jerseys that they send out. They send out those iron-on jerseys instead of stitched jerseys. It's real, and I'm just not a fan of Fanatics as a whole. But now that they've bought the whole WWE podcast network, every week we got 5 episodes of essentially the same thing. All of these shows have lost what made them special.
Right. Like, I feel like the Cody podcast used to have so much character, and it was a funny, you know, him just hanging out with his friends, drinking Wheatley American vodka.
And Undertaker and his wife, and they're just like severe lack of chemistry, whether he's like, he's doing the, I'm good. He acts like a Texan offensive line coach who's forced to hang out with his wife and be on his best behavior in front of all his players. Like, that's a good woman right there. I'll always, whatever she says goes. And it's just like, dude, we don't want that for a wrestling podcast about someone with a 35-year career of like all these like stories. That's the whole point and purpose.
Yeah. I feel like the Undertaker podcast specifically, like, have Michelle as a guest, like a special guest a few times, and have different special guests, so you're not just Undertaker and Michelle every single time, because it gets old really quick, and it's just, you can tell there's some
people just don't
chemistry.
Have like what it takes to be the lead person on a podcast. Like Stephanie McMahon even has a co-host, because like you can't just trust her with sitting there for an hour asking questions without it getting awkward, or you being
I don't know who her co-host is.
Just that woman. I don't even.
It's her friend.
Her pal. I don't know. Like, what reason do we need to see Stephanie McMahon have an hour-long conversation with Paul Heyman about what?
Or Roman Reigns.
About what?
Shoving it up your ass.
And then, like, Impulsive. Boo. Impulsive is one of these shows and one of the YouTube, like, channels that has existed outside of the WWE umbrella, but since becoming a WWE-specific podcast, I think it's one of the ones that's been allowed to stay the closest to what it originally was.
Yeah.
And that is an issue in its own right, because it's like you're taking like some of the impulsive guests, some of the impulsive bits, some of the things that you may not necessarily want to incorporate with the wider WWE brand, and plugging it front and center. I understand the appeal with Logan Paul to some of these TKO guys and all that stuff. He comes with his own audience, his own brand, all that stuff. But there's also just like, you need to understand, is it worth it to bank on the small portion of his audience that you might bring over into WWE, which is not even his entire audience, but just the portion of it that wants to come over and follow what he's doing? Is that worth losing the long, loyal fans that have been there for your product all along, that don't want to see his antics be brought in front and center?
Yeah.
Like, you're a wrestling company, show us wrestling, show us good content, good storylines. We don't need to see 5 podcasts every week with a litany of like, they all repeat the same host. It's like people jump from one show to the next.
Yeah.
This week I'm with Cody, next week I'm with Taker, next week I'm with Steph. But the place that they really should be going, and like the shows that they really should be on, unfortunately they haven't had a chance to do, because I think it's been on hiatus, and that's really what the biggest issue is. I think of the biggest controversy of this year has been the Goodie Graps hiatus.
Yes.
We've been gone for 5 months apparently. We've been gone longer than Bianca. We've been gone about as long as Liv's been gone.
We were out.
We've been gone, guys, and the reason is the 63 slides that you saw before this. There's just so much stuff happening that makes it hard for us to tune in. But I mean, we still love this channel, and we love doing this, and we have kind of just decided that while we're going to continue to do this and hope that WWE and AEW and all of this wrestling content improves and gets better and gives us a reason to want to pour more into this channel, we don't have to limit ourselves to just making wrestling content. And I think our styles of videos and some of the things that we're doing, we have some ideas of things that are outside the wrestling bubble that we'll be, wanting to show you guys pretty soon. So in the event that we get another one of our like non-wrestling videos up, we'll leave that somewhere here for you guys to click on and get to. Otherwise, we'll probably just leave another wrestling video for y'all to come look at from this channel. Yeah. But we will be more active. There's more Goodie Graps on the way, more just like regular Goodie stuff on the way, not Graps related. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a call. We'll get back to that in a sec. But yeah, This has been Goodie Graps. It's nice to make our triumphant return. Like, we've been excited about this and had so many nice little video ideas over the last few months, but we're just like,
definitely.
Is there enough going on that like we really have anything of value to add that's not being repeated to death by every other wrestling YouTube channel? So I do want y'all to know, just to our audience, thank you for the continued support.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, we didn't really lose any subscribers over the last 5 months.
You all have stayed with us, and so we appreciate it immensely.
Yeah.
And stay tuned. We've got a lot more for you.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff ahead. But for Goodie Graps, I'm Joho.
I'm Casey.
And thanks again. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.